Okay, let's get going. And so, talked about data earlier on, and not a lot going on. We have UK data before we get to our desks in the morning. And so, European money supply, 9 o'clock. So, that's going to be interesting. And US consumer confidence at 3. OPEC on Wednesday. So US GDP, that's the big one, Wednesday at 1:30. And Carney speaking again. Some more speakers and page book. So the big one, or two important aspects of this week's data, is the US GDP, smack in the middle of the week, 1:30 Wednesday. And excuse me. What's the other one? This European money supply. Sorry, just went blank for a minute. So this money supply tomorrow, I think, is going to be quite crucial. 12 o'clock, German consumer conference climate as well. Okay, so US GDP is going to be my focus. Right, charts. Let's get busy on these charts. We have what looks like to me a decent sell opportunity on the pound. I did short this today, got in a little too early. Got sucked in by this selling at 350, which worked for about 15-30 minutes. But this extension up here at 383 worked well. And here we are continuing to slide lower. So tomorrow I would like, well, I'll put the fibs on this range for now. But obviously back into 380, 400, I don't think we're going to see that. So I think we'll be lucky to get 350 tomorrow. But we will see. So on the big picture, this is a 4-hour sell signal. Other factors in its favour are MACD is crossing over. We've struggled to get up here. It's been a long, steep climb after that rate decision drop. So we got back to above the rate decision and a little more, and now we are potentially just rolling over. So I want to get short under here somewhere at 350 if I can. So that's what I'm looking for on that one. I think that's got to be my chart of the week at the moment. My previous chart of the week, excuse me 1 second. My previous chart of the week was going to be this euro yen. Let's look at the 4-hour euro yen. So we've come back down to the break up area at 215. I think 180 is a bit of a retest of this buy signal down here. And even lower would be better. So I think we could see another. So we saw a nice big slide here, didn't we? Close higher at this point on Thursday, pushed up, Yeah, so I'd like to see at least 180 down there, at which point I would, yeah, definitely engage that market. So I'll look for some lower numbers in the euro yen. The euro itself is looking like we could come and test 117. So with US GDP this week, we are seeing some strength in the dollar, and so a drop into even 116 would just come down and meet this long-term trend line. So I'm looking for shorts in pound US and euro. So what does that mean for the DAX? So look at the daily on the DAX. So we're under this trend line. We're sort of hanging, aren't we? We're really hanging. Crashed into the 20-day moving average. Now potentially getting a 20 and 50 cross. Excuse me 1 second, I just got to refill my glass of water because I've got a dry throat. Hang on 1 moment. That's better. Yeah, so we have this major level up here at 950. So if we come back and test 950, it's a little bit reminiscent of this price movement around here. So we pushed up here. 1, 2, 3. Got sloppy for a good couple of weeks here, and then finally got squeezed here and broke out. I think the same is going to happen. I think we are trundling along on the same sort of path. So I think we need to come down to meet a dip, and then if we can get a buy signal down here, then potentially go up to some of these highs, at which point I want to get short. I think this is a wave 1, 2, 3. So if we can get a sort of a wiggle up into this resistance area, that's where I'd want to get short up here. So that would allow the MACD to come up, to cross over and come up, and then give us an opportunity. So if you're going to short, you need to get short high this indicator. These are the areas that short. At the moment we're low. So I'm looking for this to, I think this will, it certainly closed very weak today. But if we can pick up, then I think we can potentially get going. So this is so we've got a little trend line going there at the moment. I think we need to come into this support, into this little sort of nest, and then potentially push up. So I'll still be looking for I'll be looking for dips at 950, and see if that can give us some pips. Otherwise, oil. So we've got OPEC on Wednesday, so I'll steer clear of that. Gold is looking good. I think we need a pullback to a gap down, didn't we? So look, I think we need a retest of this 1285 area. I don't think that's ready to go yet. It's a sloppy daily chart. Really struggling. Could, you know, a little spike higher could force that to roll over like we did here on 16th of October. And what else we got? This CAD yen caused me to stop out on a small scale. So I was liking that support. We closed higher on there, and of course we've just dropped through it. So it looks as if the next step is going to be, could potentially come all the way down to this 85 at this rate. Now we've dropped out of that. 87.50 is a short. So that leads me on to the pound yen. This has been, high has been selling on this one. You can see how important the top of this fib zone is. So this is the zone, the main zone. So we've got the main zone here. We are just coming into it. I don't think it's going to hold. I think it's lower. I think this is going to roll over and start testing 147 and ultimately 146. I think this is a potentially good short. Trouble is, this is a massive level. 770 is a huge level. So it's not a particularly nice. Every time you get trapped between moving averages like this, you've got 20 and 50 above, and a 100 here at 14680, and a 200 right down here. So I think we are going to at least want to come in contact with the 100 there. But it's a huge area of support, and we've crept under here before and pushed right back. So of course that level, that price level there, the 147, or actually we had a low of 14690, that low down there then saw us push higher up into 152. So if we do dip down to that level, that's going to bring us back in contact with 100, which might be enough to pull us higher. I think overall we're seeing a lot of strength in the yen. I mean, let's look at this US dollar yen. This is just not holding up at all. That's down to the 50%. Let me put that fibs on again because that's just come in contact with the 50%. Right on that 50% dotted line. So I think next stop is 110. Yeah, so that would figure. If we get a drop to 110 into the GDP figure and then we get bought, then I think we can start to zip up. We are clearly in a downtrend here. As a result of that failure today, really, we had a chance to pull our socks up, and the market didn't take it. It let it go. So at the moment, it looks as if we could come down to 110, at which point that might well be an opportunity to get long. Let's look at the weekly. I've got this trend line. Yeah, this is a really interesting weekly chart. all the tests of this trend line have sold with a very minor breach above it, momentary breach above it in this month, the high of this month. So this one is really on probation, and yeah, 110 looks likely. I think it could even come lower. If you look at the 60-minute chart, yeah, we've got 161 extension would take it down to 110. Be interesting to see if they try and hold it at 50, 60. And so, coming back to the euro then, that's a pretty decent drop. So I think we at least need 131 and possibly lower. That may not even hold 131. So the yen is definitely seeing some buyers, and I think this is why the yen is seeing some buyers, because this is the weekly chart. Yeah, this is a strong, it's a very strong push. So reason to believe that if you've got a strong stock market, there's always that decent chance that the currency will want to catch up. Yeah, so it's right at this 161 extension at the moment. That's why we're struggling. So 127 extension. So any pullback to 21,000, which is obviously quite a way away, is an opportunity. But in the meantime, this looks as if we could, if we come down to 21,850 and hold, we could start to punch higher. So I think it may just need to step back and then see if it catches a bid. Nasdaq midway in the channel, so we're drifting at the moment, looking like we want to come and test the support there. We've got some divergence up there. We have a lower high in the MACD. At the same time, we've been having a high highs in the daily. So to summarize, we are seeing strength in the yen and some initial stress and strong start to the dollar this week. So I'm going to look for, I think I'm going to concentrate on trying to get 350 short on the pound US. And I think the likelihood of the euro yen picking up again is not great, to at least do come under 132. Yeah, all the highs are just selling into this. We had a decent high last Monday, pushed up higher into the London Open, spent the rest of the week lower, and it wasn't until we came out of Thursday that we picked up into Friday. So I think these lower levels could get seen in that one as well. So short the pound US. Leave the CAD yen alone because it's just failed to hold support. And DAX, let's just go over DAX a little bit more detail for those of you who were absent. Yeah, I've got this trend line coming in. I think we're going to want to come and touch 945. At which point I think we could then come back to these highs, and then I'd want to swing short up here. if I fib this, you will see that we breached the 127, but we didn't get to the 161. 161 was up there at 136. So that's why I think 950, a push into 950 could get the buyers back in. I freely admit, you're probably looking at this thinking, well, we've got an 1820 cross above us. Yes, we have. But I think that, so we got we've got a 2050 cross here, and it pulled right back above it. So it crossed here in June, late June, pulled right above it in the middle of July, and then started a descent. So I think this is what could happen here again. We're coming to the main trendline support, push higher into, maybe try and make another stab at 13.6, but fail somewhere around here at 450, 500. And then as we come out of, we'll get into December, which is Friday. We start December Friday. And then move over into 2018. I think we'll pull right back here, and then potentially in January, February, right back here to these levels here, and then potentially try an attempt to push back. Okay, so short-term bullish, medium-term bearish, longer-term bearish until we get January, February out of the way. This 60-minute chart, sorry, 4-hour chart, I should say. We peel this back, and what have we got? We've got very, very decent support here at 129, because that's where, so we broke up from here on Monday 20th. Had a good day for that Monday. But that's where we also broke up from on Wednesday 25th of October. Notice how we kept selling on this one. Kept selling. All the little heights. So a decent push up here in late September, early October. Spent a long time from all of October. I spent 3 weeks of October just sort of selling at the highs, and suddenly, wham, they close it higher on Thursday the 26th, and then we get two big legs up. So that's why I think we're going to get the same here. I think we're going to get, come on. I think we're, these dips are getting bought at the moment. I think that, we'll get bought into somewhere around here. And then potentially really get a decent leg down. That's what happened here. After this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we got a drop from, let me get the exact dates, So we had a high of 535 and a low of 850. So it's a decent drop. Very, very nice drop. Now I think we need to just get higher and then short it. So I will leave the fibs on this level here. And look for 370. 370 looks like a nice area to get short if we get up there. 270 is going to be a problem as well. 280. Let's see if we can get up there, because it's certainly a dodgy daily. Okay, so I'm looking to short high of the pound, looking to buy dips at the moment into this support on the 60-minute chart, but later on get short. So however, if we can't get through 75 tomorrow, any sell signal around here at 75 or 150, I would certainly take some shorts up there. Okay, but short term, still looking for this to pick up and push high short term. After we grounded ourselves, and then see if we can get short much higher up. Any questions? What are you seeing? If it's different from me, that's fine. Yeah, it's not a problem. Let's just let me know what you're seeing. It could be that we just crash into 70 tomorrow. We have a sell signal on the 1 hour chart here at 12 o'clock midday. It could be we just crash into the Sunday open at 75 and then roll over. So I'll certainly be on the watch out for a 60-minute sell signal if that creeps in. But I think the short on the pound looks good to me. Okay, I'll leave it there then. I mean, it's not, yeah. So I think that's convincing daily. I just need to get short higher up, that's all. So that's all I've got. Yeah, like I said, leaving oil alone until we get at least the Wednesday out of the way. Is it worth shorting this one? It's decent close today, in fact. I would, if you want to short this, I'd wait for a breach of 13. Actually, that's sitting on last week's high like that. That could really start to push into that level. 13.6, that would make sense to short for me. Trying to get a breach of 1300. That would make much more sense. Right, if you're seeing anything else, then let me know. We can always chat about something tomorrow. Yeah, I noticed this one. US dollar Swissy, a test to 97, 97.50 might ignite this one. Right, I'll leave it there. Unless you want to look at anything else. If you want to look at any stocks or anything, let me know. But that's what I will be attempting to do tomorrow. All right, I'll see you then. See you in the room tomorrow. Bye for now. You can always ask questions in the room tomorrow or go over something. All right, see you then. Have a good evening, and look forward to seeing you in the room tomorrow. Bye.